आज आप लोग हमारा जन्मदिन इतने प्रेम, आदर और श्रद्धा से मना रहे हैं, ये देखकर ऐसा लगता है कि हमने ऐसा किया ही क्या है जो आप लोग इस तरह अपना प्रेम दिखा रहे हैं। आज मैं आपको एक अनूठी बात बताने वाली हूँ कि हमारे अंदर जो मन या माइंड नाम की संस्था है, वो एक मिथ्या बात है। वो मिथ्या ऐसी है कि जब हम पैदा होते हैं तो हमारे अंदर ये मन नाम की बात कोई नहीं है। जब धीरे धीरे हम बाह्य में प्रतिक्रिया करते हैं, दोनों तरह से, या तो कोई हमें संस्कार बनाता है और कोई हमारे अंदर अहंकार का भाव जागृत होता है, तब उन प्रतिक्रियाओं से जो हमारे अंदर चीज जागृत होती है वो बुलबुलों के तरह इकट्ठी हो जाती है और ये हमारे विचारों के बुलबुले हमारे अंदर मन नाम की एक कृत्रिम संस्था बनाती। ये सारी चीजें हमारे अंदर ऐसी घटित होती है कि जिससे हम खुद ही बना करके और उसी की गुलामी कर सकते। जैसे घड़ी इंसान ने बनाई है और हम घड़ी की गुलामी करते, सहज में फिर आप कालातीत हो जाते हैं, आप इससे परे उठ जाते हैं। समय आपके साथ चलने लगता है, आप समय के पीछे नहीं दौड़ते। अब कंप्यूटर आजकल लोग बना रहे हैं, कंप्यूटर के बनाने से उसी की गुलामी लोग करने लगे और उस गुलामी में इस कदर बह गए हैं कि वो ये नहीं समझ पाते कि कंप्यूटर ही उनको पूरी तरह से दबोचे हुए है, उनको कंट्रोल कर रहा, उसके ताबे में आ गए, उसके काबू में आ गए और उसके बगैर इनका कुछ काम नहीं चलता। अभी तक हिंदुस्तान में इसकी प्रथा इतनी आई नहीं, नसीब समझ लीजिए, नहीं तो आप भी 2 और 2 को मिलाना के लिए भी कंप्यूटर आप पूछे, वो भी आप नहीं मिला पाएंगे क्योंकि अपनी बुद्धि आप इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पाए। तो आपका जो मस्तिष्क में बुद्धि का वास्तव्य है वो तो सत्य है, किंतु ये जो मन है ये एक बनाई हुई कृत्रिम हमारी अपनी तरफ की जो प्रतिक्रियाएं हैं अहंकार की और हमारे संस्कारों की, वो बनी हुई एक बहुत ही कृत्रिम सी एक क्षणिक चीज है। फिर हम इसी से हमेशा प्लावित रहते हैं। खास करके जो लोग अपने को बहुत ही सोचते हैं कि हम बहुत विद्वान, बहुत समझदार, बड़े पढ़े लिखे हैं, उन्होंने इस मस्तिष्क को पूरे तरह से इस मन से भर दिया। मन इनके ऊपर छाया हुआ और जहां चाहे मन वहीं बहकते रहते हैं, उस बहाव में बहकते रहते हैं, उस ओर चलते रहते हैं। एक कृत्रिम सी चीज अपने अंदर स्थापित हो गई है जिसे हम मन कहते हैं। असल में मन नाम की कोई चीज न थी न है। इसीलिए मन से परे जाना ही सहज का कार्य। जब आप मन से परे जाएंगे तभी आप उस शांति को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि मन हमेशा विचारों से, जो कि अहंकार और हमारे संस्कार प्रति अहंकार से आते रहता है, उसे आडोलित। इसलिए कोई शांति आप महसूस नहीं कर सकते। अगर शांति को आपको प्राप्त करना है तो इस कृत्रिम मन से परे जाना चाहिए। और इसीलिए हमारे यहाँ जो प्रथम दशा सहज की मानी जाती है, जिसे कि हम निर्विचार समाधि कहते हैं, उसको प्राप्त करना चाहिए। उसके प्राप्त करते ही आप देखते हैं कि आप शांत हो जाते हैं। आपके अंदर जमे हुए जो कुछ विचार हैं, जो कि एकत्रित हो गए और जिनके कारण आप गलत गलत चीज़ों में घुसे रहते हैं और परेशान रहते हैं, तकलीफ में रहते हैं, वो सभी एक तरह से चीज़ मिट जाती है। ये विषय आज नया मैंने शुरू किया है, क्योंकि अब भी हमारा निर्विचार में समाधिस्थ होना कुछ कम है। और जब तक आप निर्विचार में उतरेंगे नहीं, तब तक आप चारों तरफ फैली इस परमेश्वर की शक्ति को प्राप्त नहीं कर सकते, उससे संबंधित नहीं थे। यही तोड़ते, यही जो बीच में मन की जो स्थापना हुई है, यही आपकी स्थिति जो कि योग में होनी चाहिए, उसे खत्म कर देते। आज मैंने सोचा है कि थोड़ा अंग्रेजी में भी बोलना चाहिए, क्योंकि यहाँ बहुत से परदेश से लोग आए। इसी विषय को मैं अंग्रेजी में बताना चाहूंगी। Today I am going to talk about the mind. People don't know what is this mind is. It is very easy to understand for Sahaj Yogis that we are the ones who react to everything that is outside. The reason is we have two horrible tendencies. One, which is the ego, and another tendency is that we are being trained that, or we can call it the superego or the conditionings. So both the things, our ego and conditionings, are all the time acting outside. This reaction, which is built in within us, is just like bubbles in the ocean. And these bubbles keep us away from reality. These bubbles are of thought, and they just blast you all the time in your head, and you don't know why they are. When you depend on this artificial mind of yours, then you have no discretion as to understand what is good and what is bad. This mind is the one where all kinds of evil things start. All kinds of quarrels, fights, and possessiveness. Lastly, the war also comes there. It is in this mind only, which is nothing but a myth, all these concrete, destructive ideas somehow or other come up, and then they start growing and growing. Then you find people whom you can impress also, put ideas into their heads. By reading, they learn, or by their lectures, or by mesmerism, whatever kinds of things they can do. They put your mind into such a frame that you accept these destructive ideas for yourself individually, or maybe for the collective. So this mind is just a myth, and we are working through this mind. We are all the time satisfying ourselves by saying, oh, that's my mind. My mind wants it. You see, like one Indian Sahajogi went to America, and he told me that Americans are manavede. Manavede means they are mad after their mind. I said, what do you mean? He said, I gave money to my wife to buy one bush shirt for me. She went and bought some skirts. And she has many skirts, but she bought some skirts. So I asked her, why did you buy the skirts? So she said, my mind said that you should buy the skirts, so I bought skirts. So this is what it is, that the mind can take you to all kinds of wrong things because it has no connection with reality, firstly, and secondly, it is a mythical thing. Absolutely mythical. You see, people think that whatever they have created, it is out of their mind. It's a wrong idea, absolutely wrong idea. All great scientists, say Einstein has said that I was tired trying to find out the theory of relativity. Very tired. He had some concept, like all scientists take up some sort of a concept and they try to build up their research on that. And then I thought it's a wrong concept that I've. Sunday he said, I went into the garden, I said, let's try and play with the soap bubbles. He was playing with the soap bubbles like a small child. And suddenly from somewhere unknown, he says, the theory of relativity dawned upon me. Many scientists have said that they don't know from where they get this idea. From where did they get it? It has a special study now people are doing to find out how these scientists got these things. And in a very sahaj manner. Even the way penicillin was discovered or anything was discovered by these people was not through the probing or manipulation of the mind, but through some unknown force. It came into their mind, and that's what they thought, that this was from their mind. Some, but most of them realized, even Newton realized, that it is coming from something, some source which I am not aware of. As Sahajogis, you know, it is the source of the divine power which is all pervading the Param Chaitanya. You know, because you can feel it. You know it is there. But even when you know, you must know you have to go beyond your mind into thoughtless awareness minimum. Always I tell you, meditate, meditate, because you should be in thoughtless awareness where you do not react. So what happens? You become a witness. You become the witness of the whole drama, of the whole scene, and you are absolutely at ease with yourself. No problem. And what you are doing, that you become an instrument of this Parama Chaitanya, of this all-pervading. You are just watching. You are a witness, and as watching everything, you realize that whatever you watch cannot react on you. But you know what it is. And this is what is the state in which you understand the reality of the whole situation. I have told you many a times that if you are standing in the water, you are afraid that the waves might kill you. But supposing you get into a boat, then you can watch those waves as something beautiful, maybe. If you learn how to swim, you can jump and bring back people who are getting drowned. This is exactly what happens when you are in that state that you can give realizations to others. You can put them in connection with the divine power. But first of all, you must know how to become thoughtlessly aware. Some people say, Mother, for a second only we become, for 2 seconds we become. Because, you see, in our mind, even if you come to Sahaja Yoga, you have so many conditionings to begin with. First of all, if you are born an Indian, then you are identified with him. If you are born in England, you are identified with him. One thing I have noticed about Sahaja Yogis, once they get out of this nonsense, of this mind, first thing they start criticizing the way they have been living in atmosphere. For example, they'll say, this is Indian, now this is what the Indians are. Then he'll say, this is, if they are British, they'll say, these are the British, you see. They will be the best to criticize. Even others cannot criticize as they criticize. For example, Europeans will criticize. Europeans saying that, Europeans, all right, I know Europeans very well. Like that. The mind itself, you see, starts seeing then what you can say, that mind itself sees that it's a myth. And then the cheating that takes place all the time, that the intelligence that cheats itself stops. You start seeing the thing in a proper, full manner because you don't react. To react is a sign of a person who is very conditioned. You can be conditioned by many other things, like you are born in a particular religion. No. As you know what has religion to do nowadays with human beings. There's no real religion anywhere. It has become like a money orientation, or you can say power orientation. That's why they are all fighting among themselves. And you know for definite that no religion is exclusive. But they fight. The reason is the mind is conditioned that you must fight for your religion. Now, they have no religion within. There's no religion that is working out in their lives. They might be the most corrupt, most immoral people, but they belong to a particular religion, like a club. And then they start, you see, identifying themselves as something, and they have a right to do these things because they belong to a particular religion or to cult and this and that. Now there are people who can really use this one. Though it is artificial, in modern times we are using so many artificial things, and this artificiality can creep into everything, like plastic. So this mind can penetrate into anything, and it penetrates into the minds of people. That's how Hitler managed all the young people of Germany. All these people who have been able to destroy the reasoning which is logical, not through the mind. If it is through the mind, it's no logic. It is just a reasoning that we can see clearly stupidity. Because this mind, which is just a bubble as I told you, and is so limited that it cannot comprehend the beauty, the glory, the expanse of reality. This mind is just a collection of all the garbage, we should say, which we have to somehow or other deny and tell ourselves that I have to go beyond my mind. So-called mind of mine has done no good for me. And this mind of mine, which has been all the time controlling me, is just like the watch we have made and it is controlling us, or like the computer that controls us. So, we have to be careful that we are the ones who have created this mind, and this mind has no business to control us. Many people try to control the mind. There's a way of doing it, that I'll control my mind. Now try to understand, how will you control the mind? Only through mind, either by ego or by your conditioning. You have no means of controlling your mind, because it is the mind which you have created, and that is just existing there, which you cannot control, though you might think I can control. You have to go beyond this mind. And to go beyond this mind, the most helpful thing is Kundalini awakening. Because she passes through your limbic area, pierces through your fontanelle bone area, and just takes you away, out, into the realm of reality. And the yoga takes place between your brain, I should say, your heart, with this all-pervading power. She's the one which connects. She's the one who does it. Many people are doing Sahaja Yoga, I know that. But it's difficult for them sometimes to get to meditation, to establish this thoughtless awareness, which is an extremely important state which you all should achieve. So many Sahaja Yogis are there, and I'm happy to know that they are getting deeper and deeper. But as long as they are in the turmoil of their mind, they cannot progress. Whatever is created out of their mind has no reality in it, is very limited, and is also sometimes very repulsive. Because with this mind, people start thinking, I am such and such. Now you become, supposing, I don't know what position, but supposing you become the governor. Then you think you can do what you like because you have become the governor. This mind doesn't know that you have become the governor. You are not the governor. This governorship is ruling you, not that you are ruling the governorship. Once these ideas come into your head, you start behaving in a manner in which you should not be. Even among Sahaja Yogis, there are leaders. Leaders also start sometimes thinking, now I'm a leader. It's a myth, absolute myth. Leadership in Sahaja Yoga is an absolute myth which you should. But once they know they are leaders, see, they become sort of absolutely mindful and full of thoughts. Thoughts how to dominate, how to control. When they start controlling others, then you must know that it is the mind which is telling them to control. Why to control anything? If you are a real Sahaja Yogi, there is no need to control. There is no need to maneuver, to manipulate. Now once your attention goes beyond the mind, only the Sahaja Yogis will understand this point very clearly. When this mind goes beyond the thoughts, then the manipulation of the attention is very important. Then whatever you manipulate means you take this attention to this or to that or to that. You will be surprised how dynamic you become, how effective you become, and how knowledgeable you become. Because once you can take this attention to anything you want, immediately there is light on that issue, on that person, on that problem, and you see how it works out, how it helps. In Sahaja Yoga, you have said, Mother, there have been lots of miracles with your attention or something like that. I agree. But your attention also is quite capable of doing things which normal people can't. Because now your attention is purified, firstly, and secondly, it is manipulated with the divine power and is manifesting its powers. But before that, I have seen people who come to Sajog, they send me letters of crying, mother, this is happening, that is happening, my father is sick and my leg is paining, my hands are paining, all kinds of things. Not only on the physical level but also on mental level and all sorts of things they go on. They sometimes write to me such long letters, I don't know how to write it. There's nothing to write so much. But they do, because at that stage they are still reacting and they don't know what to do. They go to such a limit that they think that Sahaja Yoga is like a contract. Now I have come to Sahaja Yoga, I must get this. This must happen. Only they come to Sahaja Yoga, then they think it's a contract and they must get this and they must get that help. All this kind of behavior is not that of a Sahaja Yogi. Sahaja Yogi in Sanskrit is very good at tatastha. Very good word, which I'll try to explain but cannot be really translated. Tatastha means the one who is standing on the shore. On the shore and watching. That is the state in which you have to be. But as a result, you do not become a person who is not effective. You become extremely effective. If such people are there, you won't believe so many things can happen. Wars can stop. Peace can spread. People who are evil will be exposed. Now, because it's such an amas working out of Sahaja Yoga, Sahaja Yogis should not in any way find themselves in conflict with each other. Still I find sometimes, and I'm amazed how people criticize other Sahaja Yogis or other leaders while they themselves have problems. The reason is that once you start going beyond the mind, you automatically become introspective. And you start seeing what's wrong with me, this mind of mine now. So better stand before the mirror, or can even close your eyes and see, now Mr. Mind, what are you doing? What are you up to? You face yourself. You stand out from yourself and see for yourself and ask the mind, what are you up to? That's the way. Once you are out of it, you can control it. Happy you are celebrating my birthday. I'm supposed to be quite old, though I don't think like that because I don't think. One has to be beyond the mind, to think about yourself all the time, or to think about things which do not concern you sometimes, and just try to put your mind into a turmoil which is very dangerous these days. To stop your thought, first of all, I think in Sahaja Yoga you should stop reading anything. Because if you start reading, then what happens again? You start collecting thoughts from that book. I've seen many people whose mind is nothing but the books from others, or the words of others, or quotation of others. They are nowhere. You cannot find them. They are all lost people. He says so and that one says so. When I was writing this book, which you know that I have written down, they were saying, Mother, but Plato said like this and Rousseau said like that. I said, let them say whatever they wanted to. I'll say what I know. Why should I refer to them? I don't have to go to the libraries and read what Rousseau said, what Plato said, what I know, whatever I have witnessed in my life, I should write it. Clearly, without thinking about what others have to say, what others have described. And also this mind has another big problem, that whatever is written down in black and white becomes Bible. Then whatever is done before is something great. Like now there is no Christ, there is no Muhammad, and there is no Abraham, there is no Krishna, there is no Ram today. But They will think of what Rama said, what Krishna said, then in Gita this he said, in Gita he has not said a word about Kundalini, so why mother is talking about Kundalini? He might have said, can't say, who wrote Gita? Never Sri Krishna. Christ never wrote Bible, Quran was not written by Muhammad Sahib. So what they have said, why should you worry about that? Instead of that, you take the experience that everybody has said. That you have to be born again, everybody has said. That you have to go beyond the mind, also everyone has said. Why not do that and then see for yourself? But people like, and they are identified. Now if they are Christians who are coming to Sahaja Yoga, still they are happy if it is Christ. Very happy. If they are Hindus, should be Krishna or Rama. Maybe. If they are Muslims, it should be Muhammad Sahib, Fatima or some. Otherwise they can't get out of it. It's very difficult. Their mind is such that is so much made from childhood. You are told, you are a Muslim, you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a Christian. So they believe it. Supposing you are born in some other religion, then what would have happened? You would have been something different. But this mind has been injected with ideas which has gone into your head, and that's how you are so much without any freedom. You are tied down with these conditionings. And that's what I find among Sahaja Yogis also a very big conditioning, that such and such thing is good or bad, they decide. You see for yourself. For example, if I talk on Guru Nanak, then the Sikhs will be very happy. But I talk on Christ, they won't be happy. I talked on Christ in Pune, so they said she's trying to convert everybody to Christianity. And when I was talking about Sri Krishna in London, they said she's making everybody a Hindu. So this identification that is coming to us when so intensely from, we should say it's like from the birth. All these ideas still are there and we are not free. That doesn't mean that you should not have faith in all of these people. They were all great, we have great respect for them and understand. But first you be free. You be free to know them. Your mind should be free. It should not be the injections that are put into your head that you cannot see the point. That's why they don't enjoy it. See, partly they enjoy, partly they don't. So to become a free person, because Sahaja Yoga is to give you complete freedom and also complete sense of freedom, so you respect the freedom of others. On the whole, you understand what freedom means. If that doesn't work out, then I would say that Sahaja Yoga is of no use. Because it should work out in such a manner that you should get rid of all these conditionings you have had. Now take the second enemy of ours is Mr. Ego, which is another headache and which works very fast. In many countries where already ego has been bloated. See these balloons. You have to put it to the palms, otherwise it won't be bloated. Now this ego comes to us from different angles. We must get money, some or other. If I don't get money, what's the use of being in search? Money is very important. We are living in a money-oriented world, no doubt. But I have told you that what's the use of having money that makes you a fool, which takes you, now see the countries which are very much money-oriented, who are supposed to be very rich. all the Scandinavian countries and Switzerland, whatever they might have done to get that money, doesn't matter. But they are people with money. People are committing suicide, young people are committing suicide. There's a competition going on. They are very unhappy. Why? That means money cannot bring happiness. Money, 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 if that goes into your head also,